Very good.
Poly.
It's Latin for many.
Tick.
They'll suck your blood. They'll suck
Politics.
your blood.
Where in the world is
Kamala?
Kamala is
Where
in,
is Kamala?
Kamala is in Poland
Why?
because she's the vice president of the United States, Basil.
Oh.
She's
okay.
at Warsaw, Poland, with the Polish president doing a press conference. And let's start off with this awkward moment.
He recently spoke with the mayor of the largest border town, who told him that the refugee system is essentially not set up for this, that it will collapse. It's an improvised system that can work for maybe 2 weeks, but not indefinitely. And I'm wondering what the United States is going to do more specifically to set up a permanent infrastructure. And relatedly, is the United States willing to make a specific allocation for Ukrainian refugees? And for President Duda, I wanted to know if you think, and if you asked the United States to specifically accept more refugees.
They kind of look at each other.
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed.
I can first.
What?
Okay,
Stop
so
it. Why is
this
she
time-
laughing? Why is she
Szanowna pani
laughing?
redaktor,
Wait, can you
Madam,
stop
message-
it? I'm sorry. I missed something. Why is that funny?
Okay, so what happened was the interviewer, whoever was asking the question, asked a question to Kamala, like a U.S. question, and then as part of her question, asked the president of Poland another question, sort of related to each other.
Yeah, but
And
they're doing a joint press conference.
Yes,
like,
yes,
that's
they're doing
not
a joint
crazy.
press. That's not crazy. No, it's not.
Okay.
But then they kind of look at each other, the president and Vice President Harris, to see who wants to go first. And as the gentleman, I think he allows her, Kamala to go first. So he kind of gestures like, "Go ahead, please go first." And I don't think Kamala was ready for an answer, so she started going, "A friend in need is a friend indeed."
Yeah,
and is laughing.
She had nothing to
She
say
had
about it.
nothing, and so. He kind of comes back and saves her, like oh, let me go first. Then
War refugees, and children, and women, and grandmas, and grandpas, and people who have lost their homes and their family members, and their country is torn apart, and blah blah blah. And she doesn't have an answer for if they have any plans for refugees, and breaks into her like, really. Kamala, you cannot laugh anymore, dude. It is crazy sounding.
It sounds insane. Well, it didn't get much better when she took the center stage to make some points about the situation in Russia, Ukraine. So here she is, this minute and a half worth of cringe.
The UN has set up a process by which there will be a review and investigations, and we will, of course, participate as appropriate and necessary. But we all watched the television coverage of just yesterday. That's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet, based on what we've just been able to see. And because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
What? Hold on before we move on here. I've listened to that multiple times to try to map out exactly what she's saying.
Do you know exactly what the question was?
I don't know the exact question in this one. Yeah, but this is more. Yeah, this is her pontificating about the situation.
She just doesn't have an answer.
And
she's
bizarre.
just trying to fill space.
What in the
world
is
all
she
watch
talking about?
the TV, and just because it's on the TV doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Based on what we've just been able to see, and because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened. But just limited to what we have seen.
What?
Pregnant women going for health care?
Pregnant women? You don't step on her. You gotta let her finish.
Sorry.
Going for health care?
Wait, hold on. Pregnant women going for health care. Here we go.
Pregnant women going for health care? Being injured by, I don't know, a missile, a bomb?
Yeah, I don't know.
In an unprovoked, unjustified war?
Oh my gosh.
Where a powerful country is trying to take over?
United States.
Oh my
another country violate its sovereignty, its territorial integrity for the sake of what? Nothing that is justified or provoked?
The up-talking.
Absolutely, there should be an investigation. And we should all be watching. What? And I have no question the eyes of the world are on.
What?
This war.
The world is on.
And what Russia has done in terms of this aggression and these atrocities. I've no doubt.
Awkward. Move on.
Oh my gosh.
Is that unbelievable?
I really want to know what the question was, though.
Does it matter?
I mean, no, it's a bad answer to any
matter.
question because there was no answer to anything in there. It was just, the stalling. First of all, the up talking and the stammering and it's the same sort of petulance that I continue to point out from the Biden administration. It's almost like, I can't even believe that you're asking this question, and when there's pregnant women getting injured by like a bomb or a missile or whatever. I don't know.
Not just a pregnant woman seeking health care.
Seeking health care, yes,
what?
Right.
What does that even mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it was referring to the maternity hospital.
I know, but it's just, it always has to be in those like triggering political phrases,
sure.
Health care, very general sort of thing.
And then it just lands with what? Can you play like the last 10 seconds?
Yes, my favorite part is her saying the world's eyes are on.
Yeah.
Question, the eyes of the world are on. This war. And
she realized that she did not finish the sentence.
Yeah.
And she had to compute what the world's eyes were on. And explain it clearly. Yeah, very sad situation.
Was that the end? Can you play it all the way?
Oh,
that
sure,
was the
sure.
end.
No, there's a little bit more here. Let me pull it
the
up.
world are on. This war. And what Russia has done in terms of this aggression and these atrocities. I've no doubt.
So the question was probably like...
No doubt. No, it's asking for an investigation.
Okay. There you go.
That was the end. Okay, yeah, she said something in there. So like, we're yes, of course we're going to investigate.
Yeah, absolutely, we need to investigate.
Whatever, but I mean, you see the TV and the TV, and that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen on the TV if it hasn't. So of course, the world of the eyes are on, and also this war because
Russia is horrible.
Is bad.
Putin bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. She just does not have a good answer for anything, and she's not bad at covering. You could see her mind racing.
Well, that's the thing is like, shouldn't you be like nose deep in documents and be able to articulate stuff that's going on a little bit better?
Yeah. I'm
on.
surprised she didn't pull a Saki and just say, I'll circle back on that.
What is she doing day to day?
You know this is... here's what this shows is that she's pretty much done. Like they're already having problems figuring out 2024. I think right now they're still planning on doing Biden Kamala 2024 because there's no other good options. But they just keep getting worse and worse. And we've seen Kamala do this exact thing a few times over, going to overseas, going to other countries. And there's the horrible South American debacle where she said, don't come, just don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah.
And every time they send her overseas somewhere, she just messes it up so bad. Yeah. And that's why they kept her hidden for a while. They didn't send her anywhere. And that's where the I didn't go to Europe clip. Remember that?
Yeah.
And she was all mad that she didn't get to go to Europe for the what was it? Whatever the climate thing is
something.
called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
G12.
Anywho, wow, that is painful.